Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this officer that got killed in an ambush shooting. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and the Lord's will you're edified. It says law enforcement in Ohio identified a slain police officer and the man accused of killing him after an ambush shooting that left 2 more officers injured took place on Wednesday. Michael Parker, 28, was identified by the Elyria Police Department on Thursday as the man allegedly responsible for the significant gunfire officers were met with when responding to a call in Lorain, Ohio on Wednesday afternoon. A call went out from an on-duty officer after the radio broadcast picked up gunshots in the area of Riverbend Drive. As other Lorain officers arrived at the location, Parker opened fire on them with a high-powered rifle, according to Elyria Police Chief James Welsh. Parker was ultimately killed during an exchange of gunfire that also struck 3 Lorain officers. One of the officers, later identified as 35-year-old Philip Wagner by the Lorain County Sheriff's Office, died at the hospital on Thursday. It says Officer Wagner, only 35 years old, gave his life in service to his community, a sacrifice that words can never fully honor. He was not only a dedicated officer, but a husband, father, son, brother, and friend, the LCSO wrote on Facebook. His impact reached far beyond the badge, and his absence will be deeply felt by all who knew and served alongside him. Elyria Police Department, which is leading the investigation into the deadly ambush, shared preliminary information on the case on its Facebook page. It says Parker's vehicle, which was parked near the dead end of Riverbend Drive, allegedly had multiple high-powered files, handguns. I think they meant rifles, handguns, and a substantial quantity of loaded magazines inside or near it when it was searched. Suspicious baggage was also located, and concerns over possible explosive devices were raised, prompting a request for the Lorain County Bomb Squad. His bomb technicians discovered a significant quantity of improved explosive materials within the vehicle. The materials were safely removed and disposed of through a controlled detonation away from the crime scene. Wagner, a Marine veteran, served with Lorain Police for 3 years and the Sheffield Village Police Department for 4 years, according to the Officer Down Memorial page. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. Yeah, so this is what we can expect to see a lot more of. A lot more police out here getting ambushed by people because society is falling apart. 2 Timothy 3:1. This note also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we are in those perilous times. Those dangerous, savage, unsafe times. You know, the violence is definitely increasing here in America and in other parts of the world as well. But it's going to be worse here in America, because here in America, people have more access to guns than anywhere else in the world. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And those who are paying attention can see that the love of many is waxing cold. You know, all these shootings that have been happening, people setting fires, and then the firefighters show up and they start gunning down the firefighters. You know, people calling the police, and then when the police show up, they start shooting at the police. It's like, that's what it's turning into out here. And the people who are committing these acts have no care whether that police officer or that firefighter or, you know, whoever, you know, has a family at home. You know, it's like it says in Ecclesiasticus 39:28 that there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. The man in this particular scenario that killed that police officer and wounded 3 other people, he was a spirit of vengeance sent by the Lord to execute that judgment. And he ended up doing what he was supposed to do, and then he got killed. So the suspect is dead, 1 officer is dead, and 3 officers are injured. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this judgment, the Lord killed 2 people, being the suspect and 1 of the officers, and he wounded 3 other officers. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And the Heavenly Father killed 2 people. He used the suspect to kill that 1 officer, and he used the other officers to kill the suspect. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody perishes being innocent. So that officer who died wasn't innocent. In the eyes of the Lord, anyway. You know, in the eyes of his family, he was. In the eyes of his co-workers, he was. But in the eyes of the Lord, he wasn't. And that's why he died. Verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And in the eyes of the Lord, that officer was wicked. Just like in the eyes of the Lord, that suspect was wicked. And that's why both of them ended up dead. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that 1 officer and the suspect, it was their time. It was their time to die according to the will of the Lord. And there was nothing that could have been done to prevent that from taking place. James 4:9. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. And there's going to be a lot more people left mourning and weeping, because there's going to be a lot more death that takes place. A lot more wicked men, women, and children are going to get put to death out here. And it doesn't matter whether they're civilians, whether they're police officers, firefighters, in the military, doctors, nurses, lawyers, just somebody working at a grocery store, a cashier. It doesn't matter. More people are going to get put in the spirit world because in the eyes of the Lord, they are wicked. And according to Psalm 7 and 11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's why every day sore strokes are laid upon wicked men, wicked women, and wicked children. And that judgment is only going to increase. And more bodies are going to drop, and more people are going to get put in the spirit world. And that is the time and season that we are in. And that's why brothers are saying that we all have to stay prayed up and make sure that we are doing the things which, according to the scriptures, are pleasing in the sight of the Lord, because we see what is happening to those whom the Lord is angry with. And it's clearly nothing good. The Lord is not messing around with these wicked people. And like it says in Romans 2 and 11, there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. So because the Lord is not a respecter of persons, it didn't matter that one guy was a police officer. He was still wicked in the eyes of the Lord, and he died in that ambush. And a lot of people, they can't wrap their head around that. They can't wrap their head around the fact that that was judgment of the Lord. They think that, it was just some evil man who decided to open fire on these officers. But they don't understand that the Heavenly Father is in the midst of all judgments that take place. The Heavenly Father is the one who puts people where He wants them so that He can bring judgment upon them. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which He executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. And this ambush was judgment of the Lord. He got who he wanted. The suspect got killed, an officer got killed, and 3 other officers got injured. That's what the Lord wanted. That's how He set it up, and that's how it played out. And like I said, we're going to continue to see events like this take place. It only gets worse here in Babylon from here. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting His Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great milestone. Honors to our brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.